Out on the part of Julia Finch to get that three to give them a 17-16 lead.
Now Rivet gets the basketball to start the quarter. Emily Montgomery from the left elbow. Off the back of the iron, all white shirts underneath. They'll reset it, kick it to Sarah Young. She'll launch three. It's no good. And this time, Tabitha Girardo says, enough of that.
Well, they had two really good looks at the hoop. Just did not go.
Canterbury across the timeline. Deep three, nothing but net for Tabitha Girardo. Good inside-out player for Fort Wayne Canterbury.
She is that, without question.
How about that for an answer? Erin Wehrheim with her 4th point.
We talked about it. Transition is what Rivet feels comfortable in. Little 2-2-1 here at the three-quarter.
Paige Wells to Krieger. Krieger open.
Wasn't really sure what she was going to do. Had a nice look, but had the shuffle of the feet.
Dribble drive and the kick. Montgomery thought about the three. Kicks it over to Brocksmith. She'll launch it, throw it up short, and Girardo all by her lonesome with a rebound. And look who rotated back. No one there with her. And there for the easy deuce is Megan Pedro.
Yeah, and the team running transition offense right now is Canterbury. Good bounce. Again, we talk about these runs. They're back on one right now.
21-19 their lead is 6.5 to play in the half. Little stop and go dribble. Brocksmith kicks it to the free throw line. They go to Montgomery. She's all alone for three and chucks up an air ball. Saved back in bounds into the hands of Cassie Krieger. Canterbury acts like they want to run a little bit. Pedro brings it left. They'll launch a three. It's no good. Tracked down to the corner by Erin Wehrheim of Rivet.
Back zone right now, Mark. There's a good move on the part of Scott Krieger.
Rivet with the basketball. Patient offensive set. Keller, all kinds of defensive pressure from Cassie Krieger. Will drive, throw it up. Doesn't use the backboard, and the rebound starting to mount for Tabitha Girardo. Wehrheim with the basketball. To Girardo. She'll drive, can't finish. By Wehrheim. Will stop from 16. Rebound controlled by Keller. Throws it up and in.
Big basket. Again, you know, we talked about one and done. Rivet's defensive strategy. Certainly something they were able to convert right there.
Tied at 21 and the finish. They go down low to Becky Pedro for her first two.
The one thing you don't want to do defensively is have your press create offense for your opponent, and that's good press offense on the part of Canterbury to get the clean look for the layup.
Dribble drive and the kick. Sean Young's three-pointer is good. Or Sarah Young, I should say. 6 points for Sarah Young, both from beyond the arc.
See, penetrate pitch. Spotted shooter for three. Really a nice look offensively.
Girardo steps in from 16, throws it off the front of the iron, and Brocksmith has it in transition for Rivet.
See, and I'm not sure that Scott Krieger wants this kind of pace in terms of his kids with no pass and a shot.
Keller open from 16. She drains it. Yeah. She has 6.
Rivet's okay playing this way. Rivet feels comfortable at this pace.
26-23, Vincennes Rivet. 4:40 to play in the second half, or first half, we should say. Pedro stops, pops from 16, throws up an air ball.
Up a three-point advantage. I think you'll see Canterbury come back out and go man-to-man on this possession.
Madison Moyle back of the ball game. Elizabeth Keller didn't start, but's getting a lot of minutes in this half. Little dribble drive penetration. She free throw line. Good. Rolls around. No. Rebound comes down to guess who? Girardo.
Yeah, she's owned a lot of things on the defensive end.
Boyle double team. There's some trouble. Goes to Girardo. She's open for the easy layup.
Well, she just has a great feel for the game, Mark. Understands what to do. Found herself, you know, she made the basket cut, realizing that she had a little advantage and could get the inside position. And here's a half-court opportunity here for Canterbury to come back. Run your offense. They're going against zone now. Little 1-2-2, little 3-2 at half court on the part of Rivet. A different look.
Krieger, the kick in the corner. Deep three-pointer, nothing but net. How about that? Megan Pedro has 7 points.
Great patient offense. You know, if you just work, you can find some spots on the baseline. They had two people posted. Had Pedro in the corner. Nice penetration from the top for a clean three.
28-27 Canterbury. Rivet with the basketball.
Now the checkers and chess match goes back because Canterbury goes back zone.
Drive to the bucket by Rivet is no good. It was put up too strong by Ellie Herman. In transition, ball knocked away from IHSAAsports.org. Mark James, Bob Lovell, Lucas Oil Stadium, the venue. Can they go back-to-back from three? No, they cannot. A misfire that time. Fort Wayne Canterbury fights for the rebound, and Gerardo's there to clean it up.
Yeah, but how about the great work by Madison Moyle to keep the ball alive to get Gerardo the opportunity for the putback.
And a nice response by Erin Wareheim off the entry pass. She has 6 now, and it's 30-29 Canterbury with 2.5 to play.
Yeah, just like how Rivet comes down and matches scores with scores. How about this move?
And she can't finish.
Just couldn't finish.
Good strong move to the bucket by Megan Pedro. Here comes Rivet in transition. Lauren Tucker with the dribble. They want to go.
You're supposed to be a little more nervous than this. I mean, you look at their roster. They're the youngest roster I think I've ever seen. And
Three-pointer.
They're playing now. They're out here playing their hearts out.
Top of the circle, no go. Strong rebound by Madison Moyle. Canterbury forces the issue. Becky Pedro in transition. Crosses over. Goes baseline. Up the glass and in.
How about the move? You know, you got it on the left wing. You kind of reverse. You go back out toward the wing, then reverse back to the hoop for a wide-open layup.
32-29 to the 2-minute mark. Quick dribble drive. Threw up an air ball. Elizabeth Keller. Canterbury with a rebound. Now Canterbury. The Cavaliers try to make a bit of a run here. They lead it by 3 with under 2 minutes to play.
This is where you come down and you work to get the best shot. Like, you know, it's a good try. You've got to work inside. Just did not execute.
Errant entry pass in transition. Comes Rivet. 4 points.
Had all ball fly in for the most part.
I can't get over how well girls shoot free throws compared to boys in the state of Indiana.
It's an interesting point. You know, if we had more time, we could really elaborate on it. But I think you're right.
32-31, a minute and a half to play. Canterbury with the basketball and the 1-point advantage. Madison Moyle on the wing. Top of the circle to Krieger. Krieger drives. How about the left-handed scoop shot for her 8th point?
Well, it's a great finish because she just got just a tiny little opening, little angle. And how about the steal on the part, again, of a very, very active Madison Moyle.
Brings it across to Pedro. They'll slow it up a bit at the 1-minute mark with a 3-point lead at 34-31. Sarah Young launches. Might have been a little quick. Rivet going to get an opportunity here.
Well, you know, you're right. You're up 3. You've got Gerardo posted up.
Wareheim steps in from 16, threw it off the back of the iron.
Back into the lane. Nobody there to get a hand up on the shot.
45 seconds left. Wareheim defensively stepping it up a little bit. Pedro has it, top of the circle. Swings it to Moyle. Moyle looking for somebody to flash. Pedro inside. Little turnaround by Krieger's no good. Vincennes Rivet in transition. Goes to the free throw line and hit.
Canterbury shooting 50% from the field. Rivet shooting 48% from the field. I think those questions have been answered.
Brock Smith good on both. 34-33. Canterbury with a 1-point lead and the basketball with 13 seconds left in the half.
Well, you got to get it into Tabitha Gerardo's hands.
Krieger decides to drive baseline.
Blocked and then have the ball go to the other team. But again,
down to 6 seconds. Keller lost the handle.
She still got time.
Goes into the backcourt and time expires. We played 1 half of basketball with your score 34-33.